All right, gonna check out a book here. A lot of you might not have ever heard of it. Pretty hard to find in the wild. Let's go ahead and check this out right here. All right, so we got Simon Bisley's Maximum Force comic. I remember way back in the day. I'm gonna flay this out so you can see. You got a wraparound cover here. There are 2 or 3 other variants for this book. This is the one I just happened to have. I feel like there was a painted one, possibly 2 pen and ink ones as well. Maybe an exclusive somewhere, but they're pretty tough to find. Published by Atomica. And yeah, so I'll just go ahead and get to it here. I got pasties through this entire thing. Any bits are covered here. All right. So script Dave Elliott, pencils by Bisley, and then the inks it says are by Dave Elliott, which is pretty interesting because it feels almost just like Simon inked this as well. So. Yep. Some of the stuff too was repurposed. I know that this was on the back side of. There's this oversized one shot that I don't own, and then I'm curious. Maybe some of this content is published in it, but I know that there is a square bound collected edition. I remember seeing this on the back cover in print. I just never cracked the book. So yeah. Anyways, awesome artwork. Always fun. Bisley is always a blast to check out. I kind of almost feel like possibly he was looking at some Mignola for a bit during this time. Oh, and by the way, just because of the use of blacks here, let's see here. 2002. Okay. This feels more like a 98 to me, but I guess it's around pretty similar era of work. So 02, he was still pretty heavily employed at the time with Eastman. All right, yeah. So anyways, yeah, the stuff's awesome. A lot of panels here. Maybe that might also be because he wasn't apparently, according to this book, he wasn't inking himself here. So sometimes that is something that we pencilers do. Is if you got an inker. It kind of gives you that false sense of being able to, essentially just over render and be okay with it because you're not the one being dealt that hand. This is awesome right here. I really love these designs in here. It's super cool. I feel like this was kind of recycled though. Maybe not. This does feel like a Lobo piece to me here. This might have actually been polybagged as well. There's a limited trading card of this character here, just the face. And it might have been also repurposed for, there was a creators series of cards. I think Skybox put them out. But I'm pretty sure he was the one that Simon opted for in there. Essentially, they just took top creators, top artists, had them whip up a brand new character for these trading cards. Kind of like a first appearance card set, like, oh, make up a character here, and if you do something with it, then the trading card is kind of like a first printing of these characters, I guess. So, pretty cool idea. Surprised no one else has done it since. But yeah, this stuff's really, really cool. Got a lot of influence. There's a lot of stuff here that just screams, like Dread. This character is pretty interesting. He's sort of almost like a Plastic Man or Mr. Fantastic, but he's like buff as hell. It's all yoked out. Cool double page spread right here. Yeah, and the colors here too. They didn't really go overboard on the colors. It's very minimal for the time. A little bit of shading. They let the flat colors kind of, they look 30-40% saturation on the flats. For the true hue. Man, this is a badass page. Simon, to me, is probably the second best artist for drawing animals, horses, wolves, things like that. First being Frank Frazetta. Every once in a while, I really dig stuff too by like who was it, like Alex Horley or Liam Sharp. Mid 2000s, Liam Sharp was doing really cool stuff. Arthur Soydum did some cool stuff over at Verotic on the Death Dealer book. But I think that a lot of that too was just them trying to kind of do a Simon style circa Frazetta. Looking at Frank. All right, so then let's see here. Now we get to Pasty Hell. Covering the bits. He's got posters behind him and stuff. I just don't really want that in this video. I love this page. This would look great on my wall right there. I love that page right there. I would stare at it every day. Another horse. Kind of covered him up with the his more pasties. Yeah. All right, so we're getting to this part here, and just so you know, too, Max Carnage. So this here is a backup to this book. They might have just run out of pages and threw it in. So this is like the last page here of this. These pages from here till the end also appear in the Simon Bisley sketchbook, which I think may have been 2005. I think it was after this book. I could be wrong. Probably wrong. Anytime I make a statement about a date, I'm usually wrong. So I'm just wrong. I'm not right. Anyways, but the book is correct. It's the Simon Bisley sketchbook, which I don't have on the shelf next to me, or else I could show you. So these pages, like I said, from here till the end. The difference being the coloring is completely different. The coloring on these pages here is absolutely a different palette, different rendering and all that. Same line art though, exact same line art. So it's kind of cool. I guess I could have compared them, but that would have required me to use up an entire book of Post-it. See, here's where we're getting insane. All right. But again, you know, you got that European influenced design work on these characters. It's awesome. You get to see a little bit of the spine here. The rest is covered up. Same here. Got bits and pieces flying in your face. Cool. And then I think this is it. I'm not going beyond this because it would have required just the page to be edited out. From here, I think there's only 3 or 4 pages left on that. So anyways, yeah, if you don't own it, you could track it down for a decent price. I highly recommend this. It is Maximum Force #1. You're not going to find it for $2.99. I would say you'd be lucky to find it for $10. Scouring the internet, I was looking for another copy of this because this is my nicer copy that I have of this. My beater copy's disappeared. It's also the exact same cover, though. I do wish I bought one of the variants that I think was available at the time. But yeah, thanks for checking this out. If you're a fan of Simon, get this book.